Hi all, welcome to this best of SBC in the footies with a list of potential players that could sneak up. Obviously we have kits and obviously other aspects that will pop up as well. So hopefully we can get a good idea from a potential list of players to work with. So we can smash likes, be awesome, sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All the links are down below for playlists in the channel and social media links as always. Let me know as well what players you would fancy as well. Let's jump in. So I've got 11 players all told that I quite fancy. The first player is SBC Bellerin. He was one of the FUTTIEs cards. Now for his requirements when you had it was 3 Team of the Week players, 2 Italy, 80 chemistry, 84 rating, 11 players, 60 to 80k was roughly about the cost, and obviously your reward was an SBC Bellerin. Do I fancy it again? Yes I do, and I would quite fancy it. Would be a very popular card in a quite a good league and a good card as well. I would say the requirements will probably be quite similar, the chemistry and the rating about that. Team of the Week maybe not as much, they'll slightly tweak it but not too expensive. The Marcos, his requirements when it initially came out was 2 Team of the Week players, 60 chem, 86 rating, 11 players, 90 to 120k roughly was the cost, and obviously the reward was this SBC card. Now I'd imagine it will be a re-release for him. I think it has a good strong shout. For me, I would imagine they might bump the overall rating down slightly, but make it a higher chemistry, so it could be like an 85 rated squad, 70 chem, with maybe say 2 Team of the Week players and maybe, or just 2 special cards. But I think that's roughly what they'll do, but they'll keep it quite similar. Then the Rossi, now his card may or may not happen, but I'd quite fancy it. For his one, it was 2 Team of the Week and Movember, so you could go 1 Team of the Week and 1 Movember. 2 from the Calcio A, 80 chem, 84 rating, 11 players in the squad, 60 to 80k is what it cost, and your reward was an SBC De Rossi card. I think they will go the same route again. I think Movember will probably be the more likely option for cards, with an emphasis on the Calcio A as well. In terms of rating, 83, 84 rating would seem logical, and about 70 to 90 chem is an overall. Then Kurzawa, his card was quite nice. It was relatively cheap as well to do. It was about 15 to 20k to do, which was quite amazing for an SBC card. It was probably the cheapest card to do. You only needed 1 Team of the Week on Movember, exactly gold, 10 rare gold, so you could get away with 10 cheap rare gold, 80 chem, 11 players, and obviously your reward was an SBC Kurzawa. I highly fancy this route, this card to come up again. I fancy the route to be kind of about the same, if not just as cheap, and in all honesty for 15-20k it is worth doing. Then Bellerin, his SBC card a lot of people missed out on doing, and I think we will get it again. And if we get this kind of Team of the Week of 2 players, 50 chem, 86 rating, it is worth doing. I slipped up on them, I did not do them, when in reality I should have. I think the cost will be about 70 to 100k. It will not break the bank too much, but they might even bump the overall rating down just slightly to make it a bit more appealing for those that didn't get it done the first time. And I think if you've got cards sitting in your club that are just not getting used, then this card could end up being one SBC done. Player of the Month Sterling, I think we may get it. I'm not 100% sure. I think that we'll get at least 1 Player of the Month card to pop up at least. Now I'm focusing on 3 of them, but for Sterling, I'm thinking 2 Team of the Weeks, 2 leagues, for 1 route, 84 rating, 100 chem, and the cost between 50 to 100k. I'm not covering all the requirements for Player of the Month Sterling because there was quite a few routes. It was Man City, England, and then a Premier League route. Wherever they go that route again is a different matter though, so be prepared for that option. For Fernandinho, his one was 2 Team of the Week, 70 chem, 85 rating, 11 players, 60 to 80k for cost, and obviously reward was that very nice SBC Fernandinho card. For me personally, I think they'll probably keep the requirements roughly the same. It wasn't too expensive to do, and I think if anything it'll probably go around that 50 to 70k mark. That's roughly what it was when it came out the first time. They may tweak the overall rating to an 84 if anything, but I highly doubt it. I think they'll keep it kind of similar to this, and it would be most logical. With Dembele, his card was 1 Team of the Week player, 50 chem, 87 rating, and it was roughly about 80 to 100k to do. I think is what it'll roughly work out now. Back then I think it was about 120, 150k to do it. Would I do it if it was to crop up? I think it would, depending on that overall rating. It would need to be a little bit lower to make it seem a bit more appealing, and maybe other special cards to give up instead, because in reality I've got a much more enjoyable team. But someone like Dembele just gives us an alternative over Team of the Season Kane in midfield. So Player of the Month Son, obviously his card was very, very popular, and his actual Player of the Month card for the second one was not too bad to do. It wasn't ground like earth shattering as we all thought it could be, but I think you'd need 2 Team of the Week, 2 leagues, 85 rating at least, 100k, 100 to 150k for cost, because it won't be too bad. But the question is, will they re-release the Player of the Month cards? That is the biggest question, because if they do, it all depends on what kind of requirements they do, because they don't want to make them too difficult for a re-release. Player of the Month Hazard, his card I think will be 2 Team of the Week, 2 leagues, 87 rating, 100k, 150 to 200k, maybe even push towards 250. They not want to make it too expensive. They want to keep it just under his 92 striker, and could it happen? I really hope so, because I would if that was to be re-released, that Player of the Month Hazard, then I'd go and do it, mainly because it would just kind of complete the team a little bit more, and I'd be a satisfied FIFA player. But we'll see what happens over the coming days and weeks. And the last card is SBC Rashford. He had 3 Team of the Week, 60k, 86 rating, and it was roughly about 90 to 120k to do it. Blimmin' expensive, and a lot of people were put off doing it because they felt, was it really worth doing? Personally, I think if this was to crop up, I may do it just because it gives us an impact player in the EPL, but I think fundamentally I would probably pass on it at this stage in FIFA. At the time when it first came out, it would have been very appealing to do, but not so much now. But hopefully this gives you a good idea in terms of what players to expect. Obviously there is kits, I believe, as well, that they're re-releasing, and other aspects of other fun SBCs. So be prepared for that, and keep your eyes peeled for more to expect. Hopefully you find this useful. As always, let me know in the comments down below what you hope for particular SBC players, any that you fancy. Smash likes as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter @GZLegend. All the links are down below as usual, guys. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.